For some reason, again, we have seen all these athletes, we've seen the members of the mainstream media come out after the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and feel the need to speak their minds, even though they're completely off base and have no idea what they're talking about. Two coaches in Doc Rivers and Steve Kerr have decided to again put their foot in their mouths. And I hate it when it auto plays. Fuck you, Fox News ad. Let's go with Doc Rivers first. Philadelphia 76ers coach Doc Rivers has been a big voice for the fight for social justice in recent years, as he's encouraged everyone around him to fight for what is right. And he's on the Social Justice Coalition. What a joke. Rivers told the Philadelphia Inquirer's Keith Pompey that's no surprise on the verdict for Rittenhouse. I felt it was a 1960s trial from the time it started. You know, it's unfortunate. Our justice system is flawed. We keep being disappointed and keep having surprises, but nothing changes, and it's sad. That was a 60s trial from the time it started, and you could feel it and you could see it, and everyone knew. I really think that's why there wasn't much of an outcry as you thought, because the fix was in, and you felt that way. Like I said before, it would be interesting if a black kid had been walking down the middle of the street with a machine gun. Oh my gosh. It was not a machine gun. It was a semi-automatic rifle. I do agree with one thing. There wouldn't have been a trial.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't even read this last part about the machine gun shit. Doc Rivers is a woke lunatic, dude. First of all, what is a 1960s trial? What does that mean to you, John?
I think he's trying to say when white people, probably mainly in the South, they would actually commit crimes against black people, that the fits would be in, they wouldn't be convicted of anything. Well, for one thing, this isn't the 1960s. This isn't a racially based trial. Everybody in the trial was white. Had nothing to do with race whatsoever. But you know, the mainstream media, the liberal media, they had to bring race into it, even though it had nothing to do with race. And Doc Rivers, man, he's the same guy, you know, that was crying. I believe he was crying over Jacob Blake. Why don't they love us? Or something like that.
Oh, God. I'm sure he was.
Stop committing crimes. Stop putting people like George Floyd and Jacob Blake on a pedestal. These guys were criminals. They're not the kind of people I want my kids around. I don't know about you, Ryan, but would you want George Floyd and Jacob Blake around your kids?
Absolutely not. And now, you know, Jacob Blake, he's not dead, contrary to what Jalen Rose thinks. He just in a wheelchair. But yeah, George Floyd is dead. I would not want any of them around my children. Now, Jacob Blake, they held him up as this fucking innocent man, when in reality, all the stuff came out. Oh, actually, he had assaulted this person. Actually, he had a knife. Actually, he was trying to get back in the car with a child in the car and flee. Like, all these things come out. These people never want to talk about this. And no. Doc Rivers, the fact that he's talking about the 1960s for a white kid who killed 3 other white men. What are you talking about? These people see nothing but race. And then you have Steve Kerr. Warriors Steve Kerr gives grim warning after Rittenhouse verdict. U.S. on a dangerous path. Oh, my fucking God. They talked about Rittenhouse, of course, facing mandatory life sentence. Kerr, never one to shy away from hot-button societal issues in the U.S., said the country is on a, quote, dangerous path. Oh, fuck. We are seemingly all right with the teenager's right to take an AR-15 to an area where there is civil unrest. That's really scary and concerning, he said before his team's game. The verdict poses great risk going forward if we continue to go down this path of open carry and the states determine that people, even underage people, can have weapons of war. This is America, and we're treading down a dangerous path. You know, the fact that people are so scared about open carry is weird to me, because then you know who has a gun. Like, you very much understand that they are armed. Whereas a criminal like Gage Grosskreutz, who was illegally concealing a handgun, that was not legal. They're fine with that. They're fine with commie Antifa losers who tried to murder children, but they're not okay with someone carrying a rifle open for everyone to see. What am I missing here?
It is your constitutional right to bear arms. That's why Texas has open carry. I actually know a guy owns a barbecue joint out here. He always pats a pistol openly because he believes in the constitutional right to carry. But I guess, you know, a leftist like Steve Kerr, doesn't want that to be in the hands of law-abiding citizens, but it's perfectly okay for criminals to carry weapons like Gage Grosskreutz. That's what he's saying right here.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane in the fact that, again, these people continue to speak out without having any knowledge of the case, without having any knowledge of the law in general, just to virtue signal and just to make it a white versus black thing like Doc Rivers did. These people are pathetic, man.